There is optimism that the Golan Heights standoff involving Filipino UN peacekeepers and Syrian rebels will be resolved peacefully. Defense and military officials said the Philippine government and the United Nations are in close coordination and are working together to ensure the safety and security of the Filipino troops in the standoff. More from this report.
Defense Secretary Voltaire Guzmin is hoping an end to the more than 24-hour Golan Heights standoff between Filipino peacekeepers and Syrian rebels. Secretary Guzmin said positive developments were seen in the United Nations negotiation with the rebels. The incident happened Thursday, August 28, when the Syrian rebels surrounded encampments of Filipino peacekeepers demanding them to surrender their firearms. The refusal resulted in a standoff. Fiji nationals, however, were held hostage by the rebels.
The Syrian rebels also surrounded the encampments of the Philippine contingent. Our peacekeeping forces are holding their ground to defend their respective positions. This resulted in a standoff which is still prevailing, a prevailing situation in the disengagement area supervised by the UNDOF. The Philippine government and the UN officials are already trying to peacefully resolve the situation. Potential for the de-escalation of the situation is still positive.
Position 68, this is in the area of separation in Golan Heights. Also we have here the two of our positions were on standoff with the rebels, the armed elements, anti-government armed elements. Also here in position 69, which is also in the area of separation.
According to Undersecretary Natalio Ecarma, the Syrian rebels gave an ultimatum to the Filipino soldiers, but the official did not elaborate what the ultimatum was all about.
We're hoping and praying, okay, what is happening right now is this, okay, sa area, they are surrounded, di ba? Okay, they gave us an ultimatum, this is based on reports earlier, was it discussed earlier, di ba? They were given an ultimatum by the rebels to surrender their weapons and surrender within, I forgot yung time hack na binigay, no? Pero wala silang ginawa. So this may be a good indicator that they really do not mean what they say. Well, we're hoping and praying that it will not escalate.
Meanwhile, the government's priority is the security of the Filipino peacekeepers. This, even if the soldiers were well-trained and possessed high-caliber firearms. Colonel Roberto Ancan noted their continuous coordination with the Filipino soldiers in Golan Heights and assured that the soldiers' relatives were rightly informed. But AFP cleared out that the negotiation is headed by the United Nations Disengagement Observer Force and not the AFP.
The Armed Forces of the Philippines, especially my unit, shall ensure that the families of our peacekeepers deployed in Golan Heights are made aware of the situation and their needs are appropriately taken care of by my unit as well as of the Philippine Army. I'd just like to emphasize that our troops there are well armed, they are well trained before their deployment, and also they have their own organizational training once they're deployed, and they are well disciplined warrior peacekeepers.
300 Filipino peacekeepers, meantime, were deployed to Golan Heights, who left the country in November last year.